41-3. The extra point coming up here. Orange getting players on and off the field. Francisco McKinley will come on with 1:53 remaining. Snap from Jackson Schmid, who's also the quarterback, and the kick up, and it is good. And Orange has made this one a laugher. It is Orange now leading 42-3 with 1:53 remaining in the third quarter. And you're listening to HillsboroSports.com. Stay with us.
A friendly welcome awaits one of the great public golf courses in North Carolina. Okanichi Golf Course is proud to be the home course for the Orange Panthers and the Cedar Ridge Red Wolves men's and women's golf teams. They're open to the public with memberships starting as low as $200. Okanichi is a locally owned third-generation family business with some of the best champion Bermuda greens in the area. Visit okanichi.com for more information, or you can call 919-732-3435 to schedule a lesson, purchase gift cards, or learn more about tee times. And come meet me at Okanichi.
Orange only needed 4 plays after a poor punt to score a touchdown. And all of it created by Morgan Pascal. Took a 16-yard pass and then runs a 14 and 6 yards. With 1:53 remaining in the third quarter, Orange now leading 42-3. Kickoff taken at the 32, out to the 35. Francisco McKinley kicked it down the field, and the return is good for around 5 yards.
Kickoff on McKinley. Returned out to the 37-yard.
So Cedar Ridge now trying to avoid a running clock, and one more touchdown for Orange will enforce that running clock. Ball is at the 37-yard line. Phil Berger is 2 of 10 in this game as the quarterback, and he's got 3 running backs behind him in a T formation. Now Baldwin offsets to the right as a wing. And the handoff goes up the middle, and not much running room at all that time for London Saunders as he is grounded hard. Check that. That was number 8 actually on the carry. That was Shamar Miles. Miles got 1 yard. So it'll be second down to 9.
Bring up second down and 9.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it puts him at 10 carries on the night for 27 yards, does Miles. Under a minute remaining here in the quarter. Man goes in motion. That's Williams. And Berger will roll out to the right. Orange takes off after him in a total jailbreak, and Stone Edwards will wrap him up for a loss. Back to the 25-yard line. There was nothing stopping Stone at all, and when you leave him unblocked, you're just leaving the ball in the china shop.
Berger sacked on second down.
Loss way back to the 26.
Bring up third down and about 20.
And I'll make it 3rd and 20. As they would say around Halloween time, when Stone Edwards is unblocked, you're leaving Michael Myers alive and unchained in Haddonfield, as they would say. I believe that Haddonfield, was the name of the town in the Halloween movies, if I'm not mistaken. You don't know that, Mr. Neal? I'm stunned about that. Oh, well. Well, that's the end of the third quarter. We'll review that here, but before we do, we want to tell you the score. It's 42-3 going to the fourth quarter on HillsboroSports.com.
Orange 42.
The Carolina Hilltopper Foundation is helping to expand the game of lacrosse in North Carolina. Through their efforts, several local middle school programs have been able to join the lacrosse world, and travel teams have produced 8 Division I players and many Division II and III players, including several Orange and Cedar Ridge players enjoying successful collegiate careers. The fall season isn't far away. To register, visit hilltopperlax.com.
Jeff Hamlin here with you tonight. And Orange leads Cedar Ridge 42-3 as the Panthers take another step toward a potential undefeated regular season. You can make a case that this one has been as impressive an effort as we've seen here tonight this season from Orange. Of course, Southern Durham would have to rank first up there, but this was a Cedar Ridge team that had confidence. It felt like that they could truly beat the Panthers here. And considering that Orange had a lot of injuries coming into this game, especially along the offensive line, you got the feeling it was going to be a tough one. But it hasn't worked out this way. The offensive line has been very capable tonight for Orange. It's been reliable. And Jackson Schmidt has thrown the ball pretty darn well. He's thrown for 157 yards, which is coming up on his season high. First play of the fourth quarter, roll out to the near side on 3rd down and 20 by Berger. He'll launch it up in the air. It's well beyond the grasp of really anyone. Miles was the closest one to it, but that one landed nearly on the track. One of the cheerleaders might have had a chance of making that play. So it'll be 4th down and 20. Ball back at the 26-yard line. Jamie Hall was supposed to join us tonight, but he had some duties to take care of at the last minute, so we hope he'll join us next week for Orange versus Chapel Hill. Trent Gale will go back to punt it away. This will be his 3rd punt of the half. Ball back at the 11. Trent gets away a much better kick this time. Wilson will have a return, though, at the 38. Watch out here. Wilson will spin at the 40. He's to the 45. Hit and dropped. Peyton only got about 9 out of that. Whenever Peyton gets the ball nowadays, everybody takes a gasp and just wonders what he's going to do. But Peyton will go off the field here after a 9-yard return. Demetrius Lyles came on for the hit, and he made the stop. Orange takes over now. 1st down and 10 from its own 47. Orange, at one point in this game, was facing somewhat of a daunting task, something they had not faced this year, and that's momentum going against them on the road. They had that briefly in this game. They had it briefly against Southern Durham. But that went away very, very quickly after 2 plays by Peyton Wilson. Rodney Brooks is now in the game as the quarterback. So Brooks getting some rear time as the QB. Brooks waiting for the play clock to go down, and he didn't get the play off in time, so it's going to be a delay against Orange. So Jackson Schmidt's night is over. Ball will go back to the 42. We've seen Rodney go in and out of that second slot as backup quarterback. Brandon Huss was also in as a backup in games against Western Guilford and against Burlington Cummings. But Brooks, who has also been the strong safety on defense and returned an interception for a touchdown against Southern Durham, which really broke that game open, now back in as the backup quarterback. And with him at quarterback, the offense looking disjointed as now Orange will be hit with a false start as 2 wideouts got a jump when they shouldn't have. Jalen Jones to the far end of the field is talking with Morgan Pascal. Orange hit with back-to-back penalties here. Sometimes this happens with the backups. And you know the message for Pat Moser to his team is what's going to happen if Jackson Schmidt gets hurt in one of the final 2 regular season games or the playoffs. Orange more than likely has some backup offensive linemen in there as well. Fine job done tonight by Darrell Edwards in his first game as a center. There have been 0 snap problems between him and the Orange quarterbacks, be it Schmidt or Brooks. Brooks in there now. And handoff. Beasley takes off with a lot of steam. Past the 40, over the 45. Changes grounds over the 50 to the 45. Takes off down the field over the 40. And Mervante Beasley looking for a 200-yard game. Streaks out well into Cedar Ridge territory inside the 40. Mervante Beasley going from the 36 of Orange to the 35 of Cedar Ridge. Again, good for 29 for Beasley. And it'll be a 1st and 10. Ball now at the Cedar Ridge 35. And Beasley almost at 200 yards on the night. Pascal will stay in the game as a wingback. Puckett in as the fullback. Brooks. And we've got more false starts and movement and flags. And procedure called against Orange. So that time it went from the 36, 14, and another 15 makes it 29. And that puts Beasley at 171 yards on 13 carries. Orange taking backward steps, though, leading 42-3 with 10 minutes remaining in the game. Orange put this one away with a 29-point second quarter as they went into the second leading only 6-3. But then 29 points in a flash. Double wing set up, and Brooks will hand it off, and this time the ball carrier goes no place. Good stop for a loss made. That was Chris Eubanks in there on the carry, and he was hit by 52 for Cedar Ridge. That was Jacob Gravitt, middle linebacker, who read the play very well. So Eubanks winds up losing 3 out of that, and it'll be 2nd and 18. Chris getting some time now. He's had some strong kick returns as of late. See if he can get his motor running on this play. Brooks steps under center. He's got Puckett in the backfield with him. One wingback, that's Eubanks, who goes in motion. And it'll be a toss running to the near side, outside to the 35-yard line. Hard collision made. Morgan Pascal was the ball carrier, and Shamar Miles wound up meeting him. Shamar in as a cornerback this time. So Pascal gets 3 out of that, and it'll be 3rd down and 15. Pascal with 37 yards rushing, and he scored his 2nd touchdown of the season. His first came against Burlington Cummings. That was on a reception. Beasley to the left as a wide receiver to the far end. And they have Eric Mikado in the game to the Panthers as a wideout to the right. Pascal in the game as a wingback, and it looked like that Mikado moved early. Orange has Pascal in the backfield, trying to make out that fullback there. We see Chris Eubanks in. With Orange leading 42-3, 8:09 remaining. Another false start called against Orange. That will make that 3rd and 20 now. Orange with 4 penalties on this drive. Will be Mercado going to the right. Pascal will be a fullback, or a wingback in this case, and Eubanks will be a wingback. On 3rd and 20, handoff. Pascal looks for room, tries to go outside, nothing doing at all, and he's swallowed up for a loss. Cedar Ridge fans looking for something to clap about, applauding that effort there. That was Sailor Ramos who came in on the tackle, and he forces Pascal down for a loss of 3. Morgan getting more work in this game than at any other point this season, really. So 4th down with 7:13 remaining, and Jackson Schmidt will punt for the 3rd time tonight.
Schmidt back to punt for the Panthers.
Kevin Wright Jr. stepping back at his own 18 to take it. Schmidt gets away a high end-over-end kick. Wright Jr. will field it at the 25, but he gets decked immediately at about the 26. Peyton Wilson came down and put a stop to any hopes he might have had of trying to make something out of that. American League Championship Series underway tonight in Cleveland, and it is scoreless in the 3rd inning between Toronto and Cleveland. And right now, Louisville leads Duke 17-7. Cedar Ridge down 42-3 here against Orange. They will fall against the Panthers for the 5th straight time. And the victory bell will head back to the northern end of town. One wing back, and Berger will flip it out. London Saunders, no room at all to go, and he's dropped for a loss. That time it was Ryan Sellers who came aboard with 6:52 remaining. The toss, Saunders goes down at the 22, makes it 2nd and 15. 52 yards rushing on the night for Saunders. You hate to see that number dissipate considering how gallantly and bravely he fought during the first half here. As Cedar Ridge really came out on a mission, but It just didn't carry through. Orange really has some deep